My sister yelled at me, so I tried to ruin her baby party with bad food. Mom and Dad took her side, but videos showed what really happened. They said sorry. I did not forgive them. 9 months back, I had a very bad thing happen to me. I lost my baby. When my man Oliver and I found out I was going to have a baby, we felt so happy and good. We felt very, very happy. We right away started to plan for our life as mom and dad. We did not wait and began to change our extra room into a room for the baby. We put light paint on the walls and talked about what kind of things to put in the room. Every small thing was important. I bought many books for new moms, wanting to learn all I could about having a baby, giving birth, and taking care of a baby. Then all changed at once. It was late at night when I woke up fast with a bad feeling that something was not right. I had no clear reason for this, just a strong feeling of fear. I ran fast to the bathroom, my heart beating hard in my chest. When I felt wet in my pants and saw blood, I knew something was very bad. My cry must have scared Oliver, as he ran in with a look of not knowing and fear on his face. He knew what was happening and right away rushed me to the hospital. The car ride felt like it would never end, with each second going by slow and bad. When we got there and the doctors looked at me, I felt like I could not breathe, hoping with all my heart that the baby would be okay. But then the doctor told me the bad news that no mom or dad wants to hear. I had lost the baby. Hearing those words felt like a hit in the stomach. I felt shock, not knowing what to do, and a very bad feeling of loss. The whole thing was very upsetting. When I think back, I still do not know how my man Oliver stayed so strong in those days, because I was very, very sad. I could not do anything after we lost our baby. I could not eat, sleep, or even talk. It felt like the whole world became dark, and I was lost in a cloud of sadness that I could not get out of. In this time, my family helped me in ways I will always be glad for. My mom, dad, and sister always checked on me. Each day, someone would call, send a message, or come to talk to me even though I did not talk much. My cousins and family would come see me, bringing me food and fruit that I could not get for myself. But no matter how many people came or how much they cared, I felt nothing inside. Even when they tried their best, they could not say anything to make the sadness go away. My man was with me through all of it. Oliver took care of me when I could not take care of myself. He did not make me talk or act like things were okay. He told me many times that we would not stop trying. He thought we could try again after my body and mind felt better. His hope and good thoughts were the only things that kept me from falling into deep sadness. I began to get better slowly. It did not happen fast or easy. I chose to go back to work because I wanted something to make me stop thinking about the sad and painful feelings that would not go away. Work gave me things to do each day and something to think about, so I did not have to think about the baby all the time. But when things were quiet, the pain would come back, and I knew I needed more than just things to do. I needed to feel connected to others. So I joined some Facebook groups for people who had lost babies too. At first, I did not know if it would help, but when I read what others wrote, I knew many people had been through the same bad thing as me. It felt good to know I was not alone, that my feelings were normal, and that others had felt such a bad loss too. Now I am still sad about losing the baby. I do not think that feeling will ever fully go away, but I have reached a point where I do not always blame myself. That took time and a lot of hard work on my feelings. Many times I thought about if it was my fault, if I did something bad. But now I think some things just happen and we cannot control them. I have come to believe that what will happen, and that has made me feel calm. I have worked hard to get better and reach this point, and I am happy with how far I have come. But not long ago, something happened that upset me a lot, and I think it has taken away some of the good I worked so hard for. It happened at my sister's baby party, which was last week. My sister Elise found out she was going to have a baby about 2 months back. She told her good news to our whole family right away. But for some reason, she did not tell me herself. I had to hear it from one of our cousins, which surprised me a lot. It hurt, not because I was not happy for her, but because Elise and I had always been good with each other. She had helped me, especially when I lost my baby, giving me comfort and help when I needed it most. So I was surprised and, to be honest, sad that she did not call me to tell me her good news. When I talked to her about it later, I tried not to let my feelings take over. I did not want to make her feel bad, but I also wanted to know why she did not feel okay telling me herself. She said she did not tell me because she did not want to make me feel bad by telling me she was having a baby while I was still sad about losing my baby. I could tell she did not mean to hurt me. She did not want to make my pain worse. So, keeping the news from me was her way of trying to protect my feelings. But I told her that no matter how I felt, I would always be happy for her. I made it clear that she should never feel like she could not share her happy news with me just because I was still sad. I said that even with my pain, I would still love her baby just as much as before. I was still going to be the baby's aunt, and I wanted to be part of this new time in her life. I wanted her to know that my love for her and her baby was not less because of my loss. She seemed to feel better after our talk, happy that I understood her. She promised to keep me informed from then on, which seemed like a good step. I have tried to help Elise as much as I can in the last few weeks, especially because she is having this baby alone. Elise is getting a divorce from her man, Lucas. Everyone in our family, including me, was surprised to hear about their divorce. I had always thought Lucas was a good, honest man, and we had become good friends while they were married. He seemed to care about Elise, always treating her with love and respect. I remember thinking how lucky she was to have someone like him with her, and they always seemed happy together. That is why Elise telling us they were breaking up was such a surprise. She gave us a not clear reason. She said they were splitting up because they could not agree on things, but she didn't say more. When anyone asked her for more details, she just said Lucas could not handle being married anymore, and said nothing else. I felt like there was something they were not telling us, like a missing part of the story. But Elise did not seem to want to talk about it, and I did not want to make her tell me things she was not ready to share. All I knew was that Elise needed help, and I wanted to help her in any way I could. I have even gone with her to some of her baby checkups and doctor visits. Elise and Lucas have stayed nice to each other even though they are getting a divorce. That is probably why my sister decided to have her baby party at Lucas's new house. He had just moved to a house with a nice backyard, and Elise thought it would be a good place for all of us to meet, rest, and celebrate her baby. Elise asked me, our mom, and some of our cousins to lunch to help her plan the baby party. We were happy to help because we always plan family events together, and this baby party felt very important. When we sat down to eat, my cousins hugged me and said kind words about my baby loss. Even though many months had passed, they knew that sadness does not go away easy, especially when it is about something so personal and sad as losing a baby. As women, I think they understood what I was feeling more deeply. They even said I was brave and good for being there for Elise even with my own loss. But as we talked, I saw Elise's mood change. She rolled her eyes and told everyone to stop talking about such sad things during lunch. She said we should all stop talking about what happened to me. Her words hurt a little. I did not want to talk about it either, but she was being too cold. I thought she was just worried about her baby party and did not want the talk to be about sad things instead of the happy event we were supposed to plan. Later that day, when I took her home, Elise joked that since I lost my baby, I had been taking all the attention from her. Then she asked, half serious, if I planned to do the same at her baby party. What she said surprised me a lot. I asked her to tell me what she meant by taking her attention. Elise said that everyone seemed more interested in me than in her, so she felt ignored. She said she did not want to feel that way at her baby party. I right away felt bad and said I was sorry. I told her that no one meant to make her feel less important and that I would try my best not to talk about what happened to me at her baby party. I did not want to ruin her special day or make her feel left out. Elise did not say much after that. She just shook her head like she was mad, and our talk ended fast. I knew that Elise needed to feel fully supported and loved during her pregnancy, especially with what she was going through with her divorce, but I had no idea that my loss had made her feel left out. The baby party was 3 days ago, and I did all I could to keep the focus on Elise and her baby. I did not want people to notice me. This day was for Elise, and I wanted her to feel the love and support she deserved. Even though I tried, many people came up to me during the party, giving me warm hugs and nice pats on my back. I know they meant well, but with each hug or kind act, I could feel Elise looking at me. She did not say anything, but I could feel she was getting more and more uncomfortable and mad. I did not want to make the day about me, and I really did not want to cause any problems. I just wanted to enjoy the party to celebrate my sister and the baby she was going to have. But I was very aware of how Elise might see what was happening. During the party, I finally saw Lucas after what felt like a very long time. I hugged him, and he seemed very happy to see me. Even with all that had happened between him and Elise, it felt like we were still friends. He even said he was sorry for not being there for me after all I had been through in the last few months, especially losing the baby. I said it was okay, because I knew he and Elise were dealing with their own problems. Lucas had lost weight and his mood had changed a lot. He did not have the happy energy he used to have. Instead, his eyes looked a little sad. It made me wonder how he was really doing with the divorce and the changes in his life. Even though Elise had not told us much about why they broke up, Lucas was clearly having a hard time in his own way. My man Oliver was also at the baby party. So he, Lucas, and the other men kept busy in the backyard making food on the grill and talking. Everyone at Elise's baby party brought nice gifts for her and her baby that was coming. It was a happy time as everyone gave their signs of love and joy for the baby. One of my family members had made a nice baby blanket. My dad gave Elise a baby rocker, and my mom spent a lot of money on a nice new stroller, which Elise liked. For my gift, I decided to give her a few books about being a mom that had helped me when I was pregnant, and also a baby shawl that meant a lot to me. This shawl was the first thing I bought after I found out I was pregnant. I remember seeing it when I was on a trip to Istanbul, a soft, pretty shawl that I loved right away. I bought it with much joy, thinking about wrapping my baby in it. When I lost the baby, the shawl felt both good and sad. It made me think of my happiest times and my saddest times, but I could not just throw it away. I wanted it to have a good use and be part of something good. So I thought giving it to Elise might help me feel better, and I hoped her baby would get to use it. To me, it was not just a shawl. It was a gift full of love and hope, and I hoped it would make both of us happy. But when Elise opened the gift and took out the shawl, she stopped moving. Her face changed from surprise to mad. She looked at the shawl like it was dirty. Then she asked, clearly upset, why I brought it to her baby party. I was confused and tried to explain that it meant a lot to me and that I wanted her baby to have it. I thought it was a special gift that would be useful. Everyone else at the party said how pretty the shawl was, but Elise did not seem to care. Her face got more mad, and, to my surprise, she started saying I was trying to put a bad spell on her baby with my gift. I was shocked by what she said, so I asked what she meant. But before she could answer, my mom, who had been watching us talk, said it was wrong for me to give Elise something that was meant for my baby who died. She said it was wrong to give something that reminded of a loss to a new baby. I felt bad when she said that. I never wanted to be mean or make my sister feel bad. I really thought I was giving my sister something special and important. I quietly took back the shawl and said I was sorry, trying to stay calm in front of everyone, even though I was very upset inside. But Elise, who was clearly mad, stood her ground and told me that just because I lost my baby did not mean I could give her my old things, and that her baby deserved new things. Her words hurt a lot, and I almost started to cry. This is when my man Oliver stepped in with a serious but calm voice. He stopped the talk and spoke to Elise directly. He made it clear to her that I never meant to hurt or upset her, and that I only gave her the shawl to help her feel better and to show how much I loved her and her baby. Oliver then said that if Elise did not like the gift, she could have talked to him about it privately later. There was no need for her to make me feel bad and ashamed in front of everyone. He said that the topic was sensitive, but he insisted that it did not make it okay for her to act that way, especially in front of all our family and friends. Elise seemed surprised by Oliver being so direct, and I could see the stress on her face. The other guests looked uncomfortable, not knowing what to say or do. One of my cousins, seeing the tension, stepped in to support what Oliver said. She told Elise to drop the issue, suggesting it was not worth making a bigger deal. The whole thing surprised me completely. Feeling sad, I offered to order something nice for the baby and have it sent later, hoping it would help fix things. But Elise just laughed at me and told me not to bother. Her anger at me seemed too much for what happened, and it made me sad to see my sister so mad at me over something that really came from my heart. I was starting to feel sick to my stomach, filled with regret and not sure what to do about the whole situation. Luckily, as my mom opened another gift, people's attention changed and the talking went on. But I could not stop feeling heavy inside. I wanted the day to be a happy one for Elise, but all I could think about was how my gift had caused this problem by accident. Later, after everyone had started getting food, I decided to try to say sorry to Elise again. I went to the kitchen and made a plate with her favorite mashed potatoes and chicken, just the way she liked it. When I gave it to her, I said I was sorry again, hoping she would forgive me and know how much I really cared about her. But Elise barely looked at me and took the plate from my hands without saying anything. Feeling rejected, I went to sit near Oliver to feel better. We were eating quietly when we heard Elise cough loud, then again. We all looked to see her holding her neck, her face red and swollen as she had trouble breathing. Fear came over me as I knew something was very wrong. I went to her side while my mom called 911 with a feeling that we needed to act fast. All I could think about was getting her the help she needed. Emergency workers came and took my sister to the hospital. My parents, Oliver, Lucas, and I went to the hospital to be with her. The emergency workers told us that Elise had a bad allergic reaction. Now, Elise is allergic to lobsters, and there were some at the BBQ, but Lucas told everyone that he had been very careful not to use the same grill for different foods. I had given Elise a plate with only mashed potatoes and chicken, so I was sure I had not given her anything bad. But after Elise got better and could talk clearly, she started saying I tried to poison her. She told my parents that I was the one who gave her food after she was mean to me about my gift. So she thought I could have done something to her food that made her have an allergic reaction. I was very confused. How could she think I would do something so mean? I said again and again that I would never hurt her or her baby, and I could not believe she would even think that. But she did not believe me. In a moment of anger, she yelled at me to get out of her hospital room. Oliver and I looked at each other with surprise before quickly leaving, not wanting to make things worse. Since that day, things have gotten out of hand. My parents are taking Elisa's side and blaming me for the whole thing. They think I put her and her baby in danger, and other family members know about the situation. All of a sudden, people are saying I am jealous of Elise being pregnant, and maybe I let that jealousy make me do bad things and hurt Elise. The thought that I would ever act on those feelings in such a terrible way seems crazy to me, but many people seem to believe it. The only thing I did wrong was give her that plate of food. I promise I never gave her any lobsters, but still, I am being blamed for everything. It is making me feel very guilty. And now my parents want me to say I did it and say sorry to Elise. They say I am causing stress for my sister by making the problem bigger when she is already weak because of her pregnancy. I would say that if I do not say sorry to Elise, I am not the reason she got poisoned. Update 1. Wow, I did not think my post would get so popular. In just a few days, I have gotten many messages from people I do not know. First, I want to thank everyone who said kind words about my loss. Your kindness meant a lot to me. I am also glad that many people understood why I gave the shawl to Elise. I really wanted to give her something nice and special, and I did not think she would be upset about it. She is definitely mad at me for the attention I got because I lost my baby. I wish she had talked to me about it and dealt with her feelings instead of letting them build up. Now, about the big problem, I have said no to saying sorry, and I stand by what I said. Elise went on social media to tell everyone that I tried to poison her food. She says she has always been there for me, but I am always trying to take attention from her, saying that my jealousy of her pregnancy made me act that way at her baby party. Reading what she wrote made me feel ashamed. To stop this, Lucas has asked everyone to come to his house, saying we should talk about this in person before the baby comes, which makes things even more complicated. My parents have called me and want me to come, but Oliver and I are not sure. Update 2. Things have changed a lot. So Oliver and I said yes, even though we did not want to meet with Lucas and Elise to talk as a last try to fix things. My parents were there too, hoping to help. Elise started by saying I had to say in front of everyone that I poisoned her food. I laughed at what she said and was about to say no again when Lucas stood up and said he had something to show us all. So, can you guess what? Lucas had cameras all over his house that recorded everything that happened at the baby party. He decided to show us the video to clear things up for good. We watched the video, and it showed me giving food to Elise just like I said. There were no lobsters anywhere. The video showed Elise eating and talking with others. But in the middle of her meal, she started looking around and kept asking for sauce. One of my cousins had sauce on her plate and told Elise to put her chicken in it. Elise, using the sauce from her cousin's plate, was probably not a good idea since her cousin was eating lobster. My sister was not smart and put her chicken in the sauce. Elise started coughing a short time later. Her allergic reaction was definitely caused by that sauce. As we watched the video, I saw my parents' faces get white as they understood what had happened. They knew Elise had been blaming me for something I had no control over, and they had been taking her side. Elise started to argue, trying to support what she said. She said there was no proof that her reaction was from eating from my cousin's plate and that I might have put something in her food before. But because of Lucas, my parents did not believe her anymore. I yelled at Elise for saying bad things about me on social media when she was the one at fault. My man then told her we would use the video and take her to court for saying false things if she did not take down her social media post right away. My parents' faces showed they were sorry as they looked at me, and their eyes were full of sympathy. They said they were sorry for blaming me when I did nothing wrong. But I told my parents that they were quick to take my sister's side, and that even if there was no proof, they would have probably kept supporting her. I turned to my mom and asked if she would tell other family members what really happened, since she had been one of the loudest in blaming me. I thought everyone should know the truth, especially because of how bad the situation was. But my mom tried to ignore it. She said no one cared about who was right or wrong in this situation. What mattered was that I was not involved in what happened to Elise anymore. I thought that was very unfair. I told her that if she did not fix the mistake and admit that Elise was responsible for her own allergic reaction, I would not be able to have a real relationship with them. My parents kept trying to make the problem smaller without seeing their own part in it. Oliver and I finally left after getting a copy of the video from Lucas and thanking him for showing the truth. Since then, my sister has taken down her post from social media, but my mom has still not explained what happened, so I am very mad at her for letting people think I was the bad guy in this situation. Update 3. Thank you for your ideas. Because of everything that happened, I decided to treat Elise the way she treated me. I shared the video Lucas showed us and explained how my sister and dad had wrongly blamed me for her allergic reaction. I said how Elise was not careful and ate from someone else's plate, basically causing her own problem. The video, as I thought, caused a big reaction. Many family members who first supported Elise and blamed me have called to say they are sorry. Some are even making fun of her now, angry that she put herself in danger and blamed me with no proof. I plan to take down the video soon since the damage is already done. My parents have called me many times, but I have not answered. Oliver and I have agreed to talk to our family as little as possible until my parents admit they were wrong.